Yo guys, Kilimanjaro 808, and I thought I'd just make this little video today of something amazing I got to do today. I just literally finished doing work on one of my guns here, and I'm going to show you in just a little bit. And I'll tell you, it took me longer than I expected. I had to do some things with how, I had to go out and find things I didn't have. I was constantly going back and forth looking for screws. I finally found the right size. And I'm really proud of what this has turned into. So without further ado, if you remember my King Arms M1928 Thompson I did a review of 2 years ago, I've had it since 2018 and I love this thing to death. Well, this is the gun now. I've managed to add an already modified SEMA/King Arms M1928 Handguard to it, and I'm sorry if I sound like a butcher or something like that. I had to drill a hole inside the plate that holds the handguard or foregrip in place in order to get this to fit, and then I had to find the right size screw because everything's all different when you convert it to a handguard. I mean, it's not just something you bolt on and then call it quits. Okay, so how I got it was, excuse me here, I got a Thompson, a SEMA Thompson from Hop Up app. It already had this modification done to the handguard. I got it for a pretty good price, like $150. So I took the handguard off right here. It's a parts gun now. I was gonna initially use this as something I could take out in the field, but I figured, today it's bothering me that should I convert it? Should I not convert it? I like the look of the 1928 and the 1921. Don't get me wrong, that's my favorite Thompson ever. However, I just felt it was time for something a little different and something a little more correct to World War II. So that's why I decided to put the handguard on this gun today. And I managed to do it just under 2 hours, and just as the sun's going down. The sun's going down right now. So right here, if you can see this, the guy I bought it from, he modified the handguard extensively, dremeling it and drilling it out. You see right here, you have to tap and drill a hole in the middle in order for the handguard to sit on, and then you got to put a screw right in the middle to hold it in place. Well, I didn't have the right size drill bits. I had to do it anyway, but I didn't have the right size drill bits. One of them actually snapped off when I was doing the initial drilling. Not to mention, this material was really thick. I don't know what kind of alloy metal this is, but it's really thick, and it takes a while for the drill to go through. So I didn't have the right size drill bit, so I ended up enlarging the hole a little bit larger than how I wanted it to be. But somehow I managed, after going through, spending like 30 minutes digging through my dad's toolbox, I managed to find the right screw that fits. And while there's a little bit of play, it doesn't bother me a whole much, because when you're using this on the field, you're not gonna be worried about that kind of stuff. And this is the best I could get it to fit. And you know what? I'm super, super, super pleased with my work and how it turned out. This is a far, far better looking gun than how it was when I first got it. I mean, again, not to say that I don't like the M1928. I love the M1928 and the M1928A1 over the M1A1 personally. But this is what a World War II era Thompson issued to a GI or a sailor or a Marine would have looked like. This is what you would have gotten. In fact, the 28A1 is if you look in all the pictures, this was actually the standard issue submachine gun throughout the war. Early war, mid-war, late war, you can look it up on Google or whatever. This is what they were normally issued. It's very rare actually in pictures to come across a GI or a sailor or a Marine armed with the M1 or the M1A1 Thompson, at least from what I've gathered. And it just looks like a far better gun to me. The only thing I got left to do is I gotta add the sling mount. The front, as a heat of warning to Thompson owners, the rear sling mount and the front sling mount are different. They're not the same. So I gotta get the front sling mount for this. But other than that, I am super happy I was able to do this. And before some of you other people out there tell me I butchered a gun, first off, this thing is not perfect. I know, it's got some scratches, it's got some battle wear to it. Secondly, when I first picked up this gun, there were people already telling me to convert it to a 1928 A1, but they kind of scared me in saying that I have to shave down the plate for the handguard, so I didn't want to do it at first. So that's why it took so long. And then, if you actually want a electric blowback or even a M1928 Thompson with all the correct parts, if you go on eHobby Asia right now, they've got the ARES M1928 electric blowback. So if you really want one like this, I would say go on there. You can buy it for, like, I think it's priced at $491 right now. You can go up there and check on it. Just go in the search box and type in M1928. If you really want one right now, would probably be the best time. Just be aware with this whole virus thing that, well, I don't want to get into that because it's a big issue right now. So I certainly made good use of my day during this lockdown period, and I'm very astounded and astonished on how this thing came out. And whew, it's a better looking gun, and from what I've noticed, it really picks up the front of the gun. I can see why they prefer this over the 1928, is because you can really pick up the gun and sight it better, and it just has an overall better feel to it. And for me personally, I like it with the 30 round style mags. The 28-in-1 and the 30 round style mag looks uber cool and awesome. So yeah, guys, that's my little tale of the day. Great work accomplished. And to add to just how cool this thing is, I've ordered a Savage Arms handguard, a real one, dated 1942, I believe, and a stock. I don't know if the stock will fit because you have to drill out the back for the for the battery, but I might be able to use that as a backup for one of my Denex replicas. And it's just overall cool to have, and for the price I got it, I don't think I went wrong. The handguard, on the other hand, it cost a pretty penny. I paid quite a bit for that handguard, and it had a picture of the indentations right here for the 1928 model, because they're different. The M1A1 model handguard doesn't fit the M1928A1. You would be surprised on just how challenging it is to put a handguard on a 1928 model Thompson. It's a lot more than what you think it is. So anyway, with that said, you guys can take a good look at this, and I'm going to end the video. Thank you so much for watching, and stay safe out there. Stay at home, as your government has warned you, and find something proactive to do. See if we can get some light on it. Again, there's a little bit of play in the front, but it doesn't bother me that much. So it's a 20 round. Oh, and you probably want to see with the drum. Give me about 10 seconds to get the drum. The drum, it looks cool too. You can have all three looks. There you go. This is how it looked in the movie Pearl Harbor, and in the TV series The Pacific. Alright guys, I gotta split. Thank you so much for watching.